what sex appeal was back then?
What?
If you ever watched the video,
You got my. Oh, there we go. There go my phone.
if you ever watched the video for that song, like these niggas.
Who sings that song?
The Whispers.
Oh, you listen. It was like what 80 something.
But you see the video, you like.
Don't do that. It was like 80 something though.
They got on these suits and they got on these trench coaches and they just out walking like.
But that's what
Gonna take it dancing.
That's
like,
all they had. Because even if you watch the Rock Steady video, this is the whole video.
I never saw the video. I believe
there's a video. They just like this. The whole video. We begin to rock. Hey,
Child.
Which don't matter because
it's amazing like what was deemed sex appeal back then versus what is now. I think it's the extreme now, but
it is. I mean,
it's amazing to me. It's funny.
But like people looked so much older back then.
No, seriously.
Like they looked old as hell back in the day.
The Whispers probably was like in their like maybe like 30s, and they looked like they were pushing 60.
Everyone looked
facts
like 20 years older than what they actually were.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah,
it was
I
really,
agree.
really weird for sure.
I agree.
But I mean, hey, they also had some interesting taste in fashion as well.
Oh, for sure.
Like that one picture of the Isley brothers that I can never not think about, where they were all on the street, and it was like.
And would have pulled your girl like that.
They really would have, though.
Would have pulled your girl like that.
You're not wrong. You're
okay,
not wrong.
Rick James would have been Prince. Need I say more?
What a time.
They would have pulled your girl something serious with the platforms on and the beads.
What a time to be alive. I don't know. I wonder if is that what I would be into, like if I was like a younger back in the day, like.
If you could be young during a certain era, like what would it be? Like a teen, like if you could be a teenager or like early 20s.
I would like to have been like maybe a teenager in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would have been cool.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you?
I think I would have wanted to been a teenager probably in like the 70s or 80s, like in between that. I also wish I could have experienced the Harlem Renaissance.
That was the 20s, right?
Yeah. I used to be so infatuated with like Lena Horne and the way that it was just the elegance of it. Like I felt like I would have been such a lady.
Yes.
Like
that would have been cool too. But you know what?
Loved it.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I would want to be a teenager in the 80s because crack.
Oh yeah. Well, you don't got to be a crackhead.
I think we could just start the show. I think we could just start the show.
You just had your stonewashed jeans and your
with the high top Reeboks,
right?
Yeah, I wanted some high top Reeboks real bad.
Really?
They were still kind of fashionable when I was younger, Sherelle. Both of us, yes. When we were younger, they were still kind of fashionable. You're only 2 years younger than me.
Oh yeah, and then when they used to have what was it? The pastries. They kind of looked like pastries. What was it?
You mean before pastries?
They were before pastries, right?
Because the high top Reeboks were.
I never was a big.
The high top Reeboks had to be like they had to have like I guess like a resurgence in the 90s, I guess, or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
With the Velcro, that's okay. I'm thinking about something else. Got it.
I wanted all the colors. I think I only ever got a pair of the white low top ones.
Never had them.
You never got any Reeboks?
Mm-mm.
Reeboks was that girl. Reebok and Fila.
Oh yeah, I was a Fila girl for sure.
Did you ever get what's it called? The Penny Hardaway? Penny Hardaway had a pair.
Probably didn't realize it. You know, to me they was just cool sneakers.
All my uncles was crazy over these Penny Hardaway sneakers, and I had got like several pair at one point in my life.
Oh, so you've been a sneakerhead.
But I'm not really a sneakerhead. I just was like getting the sneakers. Like
you got, I don't even know how many pair of sneakers you got compared to my 2.
Oh yeah, now I do, but they're not like fashionable sneakers.
I think they are.
I mean, I just like they're just if somebody was like, oh, you got the Jordan 3000s, I'm like maybe, perhaps I do. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, yeah, I think we can go ahead and start the show.
Okay, cool beans.
Hey guys.
Hey everyone.
I was trying to fix the camera and it made me mad, so I said, "Fuck it." I'm your girl Sierra T.
And I'm your girl Sherelle V.
And this is Headwraps. Ballots and Lipstick the podcast.
Oh, where we wrap the culture up in color.
Yes, ma'am. This is episode 7, right?
This is episode 7.
Okay,
correct.
We got it right this time.
Correct.
We got it right. We got it right. All good in the hood. There are a few new people here. Hello.
How you doing?
You probably found us from that popular TikTok of where Sherelle was feeling passionate about.
And I said what I said.
Yes, and people have been saying the same 4 comments almost. We got it. Enes is still a battle rapper. He's doing his own battle thing. Babs Bunny has her own female battle rapping thing.
Yes.
Diddy exploited him, according to all of y'all.
Correct.
And Dylon was his own problem. I think I covered all of them.
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay.
I do appreciate y'all for educating. I did not know, that wasn't a play on, trying to badger Ness or Babs, because I had no clue.
Right.
I stay away from the underground rap world because it just seems very aggressive. So I don't really want no parts of it.
I mean,
I just watch Wildin' Out and keep moving.
Have you ever been to a live cypher?
No.
It's actually kind of lit.
No, like a scheduled one, not one on A&T's campus?
Yes, sis.
Oh,
An actual scheduled cypher event.
Nope.
They used to throw them a lot, do them a lot back in here in Charlotte back in the day.
Oh, for real?
On JCSU's campus.
Nice.
I've been to several ciphers.
They should do that.
I really wanted to be a rapper for a long time.
I can see.
I'm not cool with my words like that. But I would have loved to have been a rapper.
That needs to be a thing. I actually feel like they need to do something about that because there's a lot of talented artists out. Let me not get on that soapbox.
Anyway, yes. We got it.
Yes.
We got it, guys. Thank you so much for that.
But we're glad that you're here.
Yes.
Welcome.
Welcome, goddammit.
Welcome.
Sis, what can't you wrap your head around?
Okay, I cannot wrap my head around this new Beyonce era that we're getting ready to go into.
You gonna do this while I got this shirt on? You gonna do this while I got this shirt on?
It's not that I can't wrap my head around the era.
Why country music?
Y'all not that excited for this. Like, stop it. Stop. So she did put out like a thing today.
Yeah.
The countdown, because about 10 days until she drops a new album. And I don't know, maybe I just can't wrap my head around the excitement around it. Maybe that's what it is. I'm just kind of like, I don't think she's topping that. I don't think she's topping that.
Oh, well, Renaissance?
Yeah, I don't know.
Listen, I'm also not that excited for the Cowboy Carter album, but that's because I'm not a big fan of country music. I like the hits, I feel like a woman, and then a little bit of Jolene here and there.
Yeah, if it comes on at a bar. Sorry, my thing vibrated next to me, scared me.
Yo, you really got to stop watching scary movies.
I do.
It's a problem.
Sorry.
But I'm not that excited for the album. I know Ryan is. He's been sharing all of the stuff. He's over the moon about it. But I don't know. I'm not a country girl. It's just not, I'm not excited for it. But I appreciate that those who are excited, and she, commented, she's now the first Black woman to ever have a #1 song on the Hot Country Singles list, which is great. So I love that for her. What?
I'm just, maybe, you know what? I'm going to support Beyonce because it's Beyonce. Don't get it twisted. I'm definitely going to, am I going to download it that day? Probably not.
Oh, I am. I want to hear the songs. She might be just enough. She might be the right person to help maybe persuade me to listen to more country.
Well, she said this is not a country album. She said this is a Beyonce album. She did put out that statement today. So
maybe we got some booty shaking country hits.
I don't know. I'm gonna listen to it, but I don't think I'm gonna run as fast as I did to Renaissance because
I don't know. I don't know what You know what I've learned? Not to expect anything, because the Renaissance album, I didn't know. I thought it was going to be way more political than what it was.
Really?
I did, because when I saw America Has a Problem, I definitely thought it was going to be some.
Oh no! When I heard Break My Soul, I was like, okay, we're in for a treat. I honestly, and that's my least favorite song on that whole album is America Has a Problem. That's my least favorite song. I still like the song, but it's just, if I had to rank all the songs.
Overall, All Up in Your Mind?
Those two are at the bottom. Those are my bottom two, for sure. Everything else goes above those. Yeah. Pure Honey. Everything besides those two. Those are just on my bottom. But, Pure Honey, Summer Renaissance, Virgo's Groove, of course. Just everything. plastic off the sofa, just everything.
I'm immediately putting all the slow songs at the bottom.
Plastic on the sofa was so sexy.
I love that for y'all.
You know what it was giving? Remember the song she did, Summertime? That's what I was giving, like, just very, like...
That's nice.
You know?
I'm here for the Coke music. And that...
What can't you wrap your head around this?
We live at Disco 74 when I'm listening to this album, okay?
So imagine being at Disco 77.
But I want to be like...
Let go. And you hear Plastic off the sofa come on. Like, girl, you are just like...
I mean, it does embody that, but I like the up-tempo beats.
I got you.
You know?
I got it. Ciao.
So what I can't wrap my head around is Amazon.
Oh no.
Yes, it's simple. No, it's not simple. It could be simple.
It's complicated.
It's complicated. I live in an apartment complex. Mm-hmm. Cool. The numbering system, I give it to them. It's kind of difficult here. It's weird. But here's my beef with apartments in North Carolina.
Okay.
If your apartment complex isn't in the building, there's no elevator. It's all stairs.
Right.
It's all stairs. Okay.
Right.
You walk in. So my package was delivered to the wrong neighborhood house today.
Oh no! And you still didn't get it?
Somebody came and brought it to my door.
Oh, that's good. Okay, at least
this time.
Right.
This time.
That part.
And I feel like I keep having this problem with them. It's making me mad because it's like, this is my apartment number, but then you're delivering it to the same apartment number but a different building.
Oh, so you're not paying attention.
Yeah. So how am I gonna find my packet? Like,
yeah, that's not cool.
That makes me so mad.
Because what if that was something like super duper I mean, all packages are important regardless of what it is.
Right.
But it's like, what if it was like medication or, you know.
Like, I don't understand this. And it's like, it's part Amazon's part. It's part the apartment complex's fault.
I don't think it's the apartment complex fault at all.
I do.
Do y'all have lockers? Maybe that's what they need. Maybe they put lockers.
We do have lockers, but they didn't put I think it was too big to put in the locker.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? And so like if when I first moved here, I had a hard time finding my apartment because the numbers on the side of the building are so small.
Oh, okay. So they need to do some renovations.
That's what they need bigger signs out there.
Okay, I'll give it that.
I don't know, I'm just frustrated. Like that makes me so angry, man. I don't know why that makes me so mad.
No, I understand because what if it was like something really pressing? It's like, yo, like where's my package?
Right.
And I gotta. Because what if it went to somebody else's door that was like, oh, let me see what's in here, you know, and they didn't bring it to you?
Listen, I once was sick and Instacart delivered my groceries again to the wrong apartment, and I was like, I had to go and find my groceries.
Oh, hell no.
And I'm at this lady's door. And I'm like, hey.
Right, looking like you homeless and some shit.
She's like, are you Sierra? I'm like, yeah. She's like, they gave me your groceries. I said, I know.
And that's somebody food. That's food.
I know.
I
know.
F.
Also, don't let men shop for you on Instacart.
Don't let men shop, period.
Ooh, well.
Don't even get me started.
Well.
Men should be banned from self-checkout.
Well.
They should be banned from grocery stores. And now you want to talk about gender norms? Keep your ass out of the light. I'm sick of y'all acting like you don't know how to scan some shit. Move.
There was a video of a girl who ordered Cheez-Its on TikTok. They were out of Cheez-Its, so the thing he placed in the bag was I Am's cat mix because the bag was yellow. He thought it was still Cheez-Its.
I don't want to hear no more.
And it was a man who shopped for her groceries.
Unacceptable.
So ban men from Instacart.
Ban men from Instacart. Ban them from politics. Ban them from self-checkout.
Yes.
You know what? I can't, like, let's start with Bussin' Ballots. Because I don't like watching men at self-checkout or like the register. Why is your wallet still in your bag? Like, take it out.
Where are they supposed to put their wallet at?
Well, I'm saying when somebody's checking you out,
yeah,
I don't like when people do that. Don't wait until you know you got to pay for it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Have your wallet out already.
Have your wallet out.
I'll be having my wallet out too.
You literally want somebody to tell you $176.98.
Oh,
well, man, take your shit out. Sorry.
You feel very passionate.
It's just a pet peeve of mine. I don't like that.
It's okay, sis.
Like, you've had ample opportunity to take your wallet out. You want to wait till now? Anyways.
It's okay.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Well. It's time for your new favorite segment.
Yes.
Bussin' Ballots.
Book.
I will say this week is actually very positive. We are in some very blue states.
Ooh, thank God.
Not saying that all red states are negative. We're not saying that, but we're just a little bit more pro-blue here.
Very pro-blue.
You know what I'm saying? It's giving sky blue, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So today we're going to go over Maine, Maryland, and wait, what is it?
Michigan?
Massachusetts. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the first up is Maine.
Okay.
Maine just introduced a bill to allow reusable containers. So did you know that you're not allowed to use reusable containers in certain states?
I had no idea.
Well, Maine was one of them, but now they're changing that around. So the Maine House and Senate approved Bill LD 2091, which will allow businesses to provide food in reusable containers and receive them back for sanitizing. So we're kind of recycling here? I don't know how I feel about that.
Me neither, dog.
Okay.
You got more to read before I give my opinion?
So,
are these just plastic? I'm assuming this is about plastic.
It is about plastic. So so reusable food and beverage packaging options for event venues, in-house dining, retail, and takeout services are popping up throughout the country. Many businesses use reusable, returnable container programs because it saves them money and provides a better experience for their customers.
Okay.
And this is a bill that would amend state laws so local entrepreneurs have the option to safely offer reusable containers as a way to reduce plastic pollution and waste. Yeah.
Are they? You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I actually don't like this.
Do tell.
Are they regulating the type of plastic that they're using?
I don't know.
Because certain plastics, which if you are someone who meal preps or whatnot, then you would know about the BPA.
Yes, absolutely.
And your plastic, which is not good for your food.
Right.
Which is why I've started to use more glass.
Yes, I love me. I use mason jars.
I use the glass takeout containers.
Yeah.
Whatever, meal prep containers or whatever, because I don't even want to have to think about that. So now I'm like, well, can they be just any type of plastic willy-nilly? Because that still doesn't help our environmental situation here.
It doesn't really talk about that, but I mean, I think you bring up a good point. So maybe they'll have to rectify just a little bit with that. So it says the disposable and management of packaging waste in Maine is estimated to cost property taxpayers at least $16 million a year. This new bill will help reduce taxpayer costs for municipal waste disposal by reducing the amount of single-use packaging that ends up in a recycling or trash streams. I don't know.
The cost of convenience is very steep. And I understand, I understand that, the Maine's government is trying to, meet the people where they at.
Yeah.
But at what cost though?
Yeah, it just seems a little unsanitary to me as well.
Also that too, like
I don't want.
Sometimes I don't wash all my dishes correctly,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You pull out a fork, you're like, oh my God, I did that.
I feel like if I was a resident in Maine, I would probably look at getting takeout a little bit differently now. It's like, who else had this?
What's wrong? My question is, why I would much rather them do like the compostable trays, you know what I'm talking about? Them little like brownish tray, kind of like what a drink carrier looks like.
Oh yeah.
Like that's fine. That works. I actually prefer that. It's not plastic. I think it I think it can disintegrate or whatever over a certain amount of time or whatever. I think that's a great solution. Why does it have to be plastic?
I think maybe it depends on the food too. Because think about it. If you're getting like pasta, do you want that? Do you want pasta, getting soggy? I don't know. I think it does depend on what you're ordering.
If it's hard enough, I think it should be fine.
True.
I don't know. I just feel like we should be moving away from plastic. Period. Not if we're looking for solutions to really like change the environment, because we are in a global boiling. It's no longer a global warming, okay?
Right.
It's boiling.
It's boiling point.
Anyway, I won't go on my environmentalist tip, but we need to be moving away from plastic, period. So, I mean, I see what they saying. Like, I see you, man.
Yeah.
But I raise you.
Could you try again?
God damn, she always want to be in something. No, girl. But I see you, man, and I raise you compostable other type of recyclable
Yeah.
things. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel I agree with you 1,000%. I feel like, shout outs to Maine that this is like what you're dealing with.
Right.
This is like the bare minimum of issues.
Love that for y'all.
I really do. Okay, because the rest of the states got too much going on. They fighting LGBTQ rights, abortion, all that stuff like that. And Maine was one of the states that filed a lawsuit to get Trump off the ballot. So I think Maine, it looks like they kind of have their priorities a little bit in order.
Maine said, "I'm the main bitch."
You,
Okay. Well, go ahead. You go to the next. You can go to the next one.
yeah, I mean, so our Maine, if we have any listeners in Maine, show yourself because
make yourself aware.
welcome.
Hello.
I never been to Maine. Wait.
I don't know. Don't ask me why I did that.
Yeah, because
just
it's
now.
so
I don't know
it's a United States. But anyway,
Yeah.
I never been to Maine. I don't know if I have a desire to go there. I'm sure the seafood up there is exquisite.
Hitting.
Okay, I'm not like
Hitting.
okay. Anyways, now we're gonna move on down to one of the other original 13 colonies.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's right. All the states we're talking about today are 13 are one of the original 13. So that's what's up. Maryland.
Yeah.
Maryland is focusing on juvenile justice reform.
Huh?
Yeah. So, there's some legislation that is being considered by both the House and delegates of the state that will increase the chance that some version of reforms will become law before the Maryland General Assembly on April 8th.
Okay.
So the focus has intensified on the state's Department of Juvenile Services after revelations in the case of 16-year-old Caden Holland, also known as Baby K. So listen to this. So Holland was a teen offender who skipped juvenile probation for carrying a gun in Prince George's County with no consequences before escalating to attempting to kill a student on a school bus and allegedly murdered a woman in D.C. at the age of 15.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Critics are saying better oversight of Holland might have prevented this escalation. So basically, the state of Maryland is trying to put some different things in place to really decide who is going to go to the juvenile system and who needs to just go to like prison. Okay. At 15 years old, if you are grown enough to make these type of decisions and have these accusations of murdering people, things like that, before you can even vote, what are we doing here, right?
Right.
So here we go. One reform now under consideration would allow the juvenile system to automatically extend probation to... Okay, wait, why are we moving? Stop it. Where'd it go? I'm sorry. One reform now under consideration would allow the juvenile system to automatically extend probation to do a better job of supervising and holding young offenders like Holland accountable. More controversial are reforms that could expose children as young as 10 to charges from the Department of Justice system for serious felonies such as gun possession and car theft. Currently, the cutoff age is at 13. Okay. Maryland, I think y'all got a bigger problem with your hands here.
Yeah.
Okay, like these are some really young age. You're talking about 10? If you have
10 is crazy.
Juvenile criminals
10 is crazy.
This young running amok through Maryland, I think y'all all need to go back to the drawing board. Like, something is wrong here. This is crazy.
Better resources.
Yeah, there's something has to be done because So it said Holland was on track to be tried as an adult when hearings in the state exposed that Holland had been on juvenile probation for gun possession, but skipped all of it and was released from probation without any consequences.
How the hell did that happen?
Exactly. So,
I get it. But then I'm also like, knowing the system.
Right.
Because let's say, because there are cases where someone is killed by accident,
right,
or it's not malicious intent or anything like that, and next thing you know, you have maybe a 13-year-old doing life for something where it may have been self-defense. So
this is tricky because, like, I think of Khalif Browder, to your point, who literally went into Rikers at, 16?
Young, very young.
You know what I'm saying? And that was, he was in there for no reason. We know the story. And if you don't, please watch the documentary about Khalif Browder and his story, please. Yeah, I think I agree with you. And I feel like, so they're putting a lot of pressure on Governor Wes Moore to veto like any legislation, which I think could be really interesting for him.
Yeah.
And he's saying he's not going to sign it until he sees the final version, like figure out what you want to do. Because I know Governor Moore, he definitely has a story. He talks about, his upbringing and, certain trouble that he got in. Nothing to this extent. So I think this might be kind of a tricky situation for a mayor, the state's first black mayor as well.
Maryland?
Yeah, Wes Moore is an African American man. Yeah.
That can't be right. Wasn't Mary?
DC.
Damn. You knew who I was about to
Marion
say.
Barry.
Yeah. Oh shoot, you're right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, I think this is gonna be a tricky topic for him. Interesting.
That's a hard one. But it's like I said the last time. Like, if we're not addressing better resources,
that part
for these children, these people,
yeah,
we're gonna just be where we've always been.
And not just in Baltimore. I feel like the state of Maryland is like, oh, Baltimore is like, everybody's running amok. There's other neighborhoods outside of Baltimore, you know what I'm saying, where there's issues. So we can't just focus on like, oh, well, Baltimore City Council needs to do something, blah, blah, blah. This is tackling the entire state.
Yeah.
I don't know if Baltimore is in Prince George's County. I don't really know, but
I don't think it is.
But for somebody this young to have skipped probation for carrying a gun, so you already saw red flags immediately. You just let him go, and now he's being accused of attempted murder and murder.
That's crazy.
That's at 15.
That means that somebody, whoever signed off on all of that stuff, needs to be accounted for.
Yeah, something ain't right about that.
That's bogus.
I don't like it. I don't like it. But Maryland, yeah, let's get it together. Let's get it together. All right, last of the three is another original colony. We're gonna go back up to Massachusetts. Shout out to Elizabeth Warren. So this one is tackling a bill that is crucial to bringing down the cost of childcare and early education in the states. Okay. So apparently, childcare in Massachusetts is among the most expensive in the country. And a new bill, which was passed unanimously, aims to make high-quality care more affordable. The bill makes a permanent grant program called the Commonwealth Cares for Children provide money to more than 90% of early education and care programs in the state. The proposal adds a provision to direct more funds to programs serving children with high needs.
Okay.
So let's see. Senators increased the eligibility for child care families to families making up to 85% of the state's median income, which is $124,000.
Who the hell making that kind of money?
For a family of four.
So, wait, to get in, that's the starting range.
That's what they've increased it in eligibility, yep. I mean, not in eligibility, they've increased the eligibility, yeah.
So I have to be a family of four, and we have to make it at minimum $142,000.
That's the state median income.
This isn't. Oh my God.
They making money in Massachusetts. Wow.
What about the poors?
I don't know.
This is what I'm saying. Like, nobody is the. Dude. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm gonna click on this.
If I'm making minimum $50,000 a year, and I got 2-3 kids, and y'all not gonna help me, but this family of four with the 2-parent household who making damn near almost triple of what I'm making can get help. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is kind of wild.
Bitch, who this for?
The legislation directs state officials to create recommended salary and benefit guidelines that are in line with public school teachers. Okay, so maybe there is a caveat here.
Okay.
Existing scholarship and loan forgiveness programs administered by the Department of Higher Education would also be made permanent under the bill. Okay, so they're doing a little something here. But I think they might need to go back to the drawing board in this legislation. It's not really, it's not clear as to like who this is really for. somebody said that the industry is inherently broken with families struggling to find spots for their children. I mean, yeah, I think they need to make this a little clearer.
So are they having trouble with like finding daycares in the first place?
They don't address that. I think it's more of like they're just people are having trouble paying for childcare. Now the amount of locations that might be a little different.
They're not helping people either by making that medium.
I agree.
142,000.
Listen, that's a state median. I think the North Carolina state median, I think is like 80 something.
That sounds about right.
I think. And that might have just, I don't know if that was Charlotte, North Carolina. I did see something about that the other day.
That sounds accurate.
But yeah, I don't know, Massachusetts. But I will say this.
I hate it.
Those 3 states out of this whole series that we've been doing was probably the least controversial.
For sure.
Okay, and we haven't even touched South Carolina, North Carolina, Texas, New York. We haven't touched any of that stuff yet. So I will give kudos to those 3 states for tackling real issues.
I'm telling you.
That not only affect one demographic, but it affects everybody. Okay? Childcare. Well, I don't know, Massachusetts, you might have to go back to that.
Definitely gotta go back to that.
Juvenile justice reform for everybody. Like let's get a handle on these badass kids. And Maine was what we talking about with Maine?
Jesus Christ.
What we talking about with Maine? Oh,
damn.
Reusable plastic.
Yeah, reusable plastic.
You know what I'm saying? That's like
minimum stuff.
I mean, bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
Okay. Anyways.
All right.
So that's Bussin' Ballots, but you know what you have to do? Ohio. I heard people was upset. But anyway. Make sure you're going to ballotpedia.com. Or that's like, oh my bad.
It's okay.
Org. And make sure you're checking to find out what's going on. Like, time is moving on.
It surely is.
Time is moving on. We're going to blink and we're going to be in November already.
I'm telling you, man.
Okay.
We already in mid-March.
Right.
Which is crazy.
And let's just pray that it's wild. I want to say pray that we stay where we are. You get what I mean? So I don't even know how to word it.
Right, because it's crazy.
Like, what the fuck? Anyways.
Yep.
And speaking of that, and this is why going to Ballotpedia and listening to Headwraps and Lips is so important, because right here in good old North Carolina, moving into our political hot topics, there is a GOP candidate for public schools.
Oh my God.
Who incites violence on social media.
Yep.
But she is literally the candidate. Wait a minute. What just happened? Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, here we go.
She's crazy.
She is nuts. So her name is Michelle Morrow, right? She is a conservative activist.
She looked like a Morrow. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. She expressed support in 2020 for the televised execution of former President Barack Obama and suggested killing then President-elect Joe Biden.
Were the people at her door?
Okay. Between 2019 and 2021, Morrow made disturbing suggestions about executing prominent Democrats for treason, including Minnesota Representative Ilhan Omar, Roy Cooper, former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, Hillary Clinton, Senator Chuck Schumer, and some other people, including Anthony Fauci and Bill Gates.
Wow.
Dr. Fauci, I love how he has gone on about his business.
It's been quiet for him.
Like, I don't want no parts of it.
It's been absolutely quiet for him.
She literally wrote, these are some of the things that she wrote. I prefer a pay-per-view of him in front of a firing squad. This is something she wrote in a tweet on May 2020, responding to a user sharing a conspiracy theory who suggested sending Obama to prison at Guantanamo Bay. I do not want to waste another dime on supporting his life. We could make some money back from televising his death.
What a bitch.
In another post from May 2020, she responded to a fake Time magazine cover that featured art of Obama in an electric chair, asking if he should be executed, and she literally responded and said, "Death to all caps traitors." In another comment suggested in December 2020, she suggested to kill Biden, who was then the president elect, and has said he would ask Americans to wear a mask for 100 days. Child,
And she's up for election on the on the school board. You said
she is literally the Republican nominee for superintendent, which would oversee North Carolina's. That's a whole state. North Carolina's public schools and its $11 billion budget.
You know what? We have got to have the way that we have stipulations for like, you know, and background checks for when we're going for like jobs.
Yeah.
We need to have that for people who run for these offices. Because if I had some stuff like that on my social medias,
Right.
there was no way I would be able to ever get a job.
Oh, you probably could be the Republican nominee for governor, like Mark Robinson. So you probably be okay.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the kind of stuff that needs to be vetted. Like, the fact, okay, I know my God.
Oh, it's been vetted, though. It's been vetted. It's been vetted.
But this is like, but I'm saying like this should be like the way that would block me from getting a job. It should be blocking them as well.
I agree.
And the fact that it's not, and
I
we
agree.
literally have someone who has vocalized wanting to kill Obama and Biden as a Republican nominee is crazy.
Listen, I don't know what's going on with North Carolina GOP members. I really don't, because the fact that this woman is up to run schools, and then we have Mark Robinson on the ballot to be our governor. Okay, she is literally a registered nurse and grassroots advocate who homeschooled her children, poor kids. She actually ran on a platform of supporting parental rights and opposing critical race theory.
Oh my God.
So if she is elected superintendent, she would oversee the state's public school system and help set educational priorities. So you can probably just kiss DEI goodbye. Manage the school system's budget and work with the state's Board of Education to set and implement curriculum standards.
North Carolina school systems is already garbage. This is the last thing we need.
And I don't understand how you have somebody who homeschool her kids being a nominee for superintendent. Make it make sense.
That's crazy.
You never even stepped foot in a public school, because she also has called them socialism centers and indoctrination centers. But how is somebody who homeschools their kids, has an issue with public schools, going to set the standards for public schools throughout the state? Are you kidding me?
Who is behind her and being able to even run for this position? You don't have any experience.
This lady is dangerous. She literally said, "I'd like to see a constitutional amendment to get rid of the State Board of Education. If the superintendent is elected and works under this legislation, knowing that they're accountable to the legislature to oversee the DPI and to oversee and have impact into..." Okay, she's saying a lot. It's a long quote. She's promoted QAnon slogans.
Of course she has.
I'm with you. I'm with you a million.
Y'all gotta start saying no to these people.
This is ridiculous. She's a terrorist. Who uses this many hashtags? Who does that? Who uses all those?
Oh my God.
Obama did it. Hillary did it. Schiff did it. Comey did it. This is her. Yeah. This is really...
I don't even have nothing to say. Like, yeah. I'm really disgusted.
This is really sick.
It's like the Republicans are doing they're trying to get in the worst people possible. I don't know what this plan is, but it's bizarre.
I think we know what this plan is, but that's the scary part. It's like,
I've been seeing a lot of people talk about like how this, like, basically like how the Holocaust happened, and like how fascism, it's not going to be one day, one day it's there and then one day it's not. It's a slow progression.
Yeah.
And we're slowly progressing into this really fascist country. And it's like things like that make me like so terrified, because I'm like, these are not the people you want controlling your children's education. And yet, y'all are steadily putting these people in positions to allow them to do so.
This is ridiculous.
Like the same way y'all are steadily allowing these same people to not hold the NRA accountable for guns.
Right, but we trying to ban TikTok.
But prayers up for your dead child in school, though.
Right.
Thoughts and prayers.
They probably won't be able to talk about it on TikTok. So
yeah.
Anyways, I just want y'all need to know that, especially our North Carolina people with children. We say this literally every week. Please educate yourself on who you are voting for. Mm-hmm. Like, seriously, don't let these people, like, yes, she's a nurse. Oh, she's a mom. So, yeah, she must know what's right for our kids. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay? The fact that she's a nurse.
That's scary, too.
As hell.
That's scary, too. I can only imagine.
I actually don't want to, because...
The discrimination happening to her patients.
Are you kidding me?
I hope she ain't got no black patients.
Oh. Well.
Oh, my God.
Speaking of black people.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So Shaun King.
It's not funny.
If you don't know who Shaun King is.
Good for you. Yeah. I love that for you. I would love to be in a world where I, too, don't know who Shaun King is.
Yeah, Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So apparently he converted to Islam. Right?
On the eve of Ramadan, mind you.
Right. So he's a very pro-Palestinian activist. I think that word is very strong, but hey.
Allegedly.
Yeah. And he allegedly converted to Islam. So there's been some video circulating of him and his wife speaking in Arabic dialect.
Wow.
They're dressed in like traditional Muslim garments. And yeah, he was a former Christian pastor, and now apparently he embraces Islam. So
there's been a lot of discussions I've seen of people talking about this. They don't like it. It's just like, first of all, Shaun King is a grifter. Okay, he is literally just putting his name on stuff and making it seem like
misunderstood.
He's just not a good person. He's not a good person, y'all. He has had several issues with black women over the years, and black women have been warning you for years about this man.
It's just like we warn y'all about everything else.
He's not a good person. He's a scam artist, and now he has converted to Islam.
Yeah.
And I hate that for our Islamic brothers and sisters, because I'm sorry that y'all have to deal with this. I am so sorry. It's going to be a grifting plus him saying like a bunch of Arabic terms after it, and that's horrible. No one should have to go through that.
I think that, I think Shaun King needs to be evaluated. Like, I've never seen somebody just want to be so involved in everything, but I also can't blame him. I remember when I was writing for the Daily News, the New York Daily News, and he was like that go-to guy. He was making a column. He was a columnist there and everything like that. And at the time, it was like so prolific. And it was a few people in the writer's room that were like,
really?
Because, okay, as a writer,
yeah,
especially if you're writing breaking news, if you're doing original reporting, there's a lot of research that has to be done. You know what I mean? And I think nowadays, people that have columns or blogs, whatever, you're just writing. Mm-hmm. And even though you're giving your opinion, just like we do right here on the show, they're based, they have to be based off of facts. Yeah. You get what I mean? Like, you can't just be out here just spouting rhetoric. And I think because people allowed that for so long with him, it was like opening up Pandora's box for him to just touch everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, people were even comparing him to he's going to be like the next Al Sharpton at a time and da-da-da-da-da. Like, no. How dare you? How dare you? No, 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 no. And now here we are, even with, this Israel Hamas situation that's going on, like, for you to just act like you just on the front lines and you care about all these people and you may be doing a little bit, but you're not doing
all the stuff that he says he's doing.
You're not. He's not. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be interesting, or maybe it's not. Maybe this is the segue to him like
being a better person
and being quiet.
I don't know. One thing at a time, sis.
You think? Because the Muslim community, they're a lot more strict.
Oh, for sure they are.
You know what I'm saying, with different things. So don't come over here with that nonsense.
They might be the community to shut him down.
Maybe. I'm hoping, because I don't know.
But I hate that they even would have to deal with that. Like, I am so sorry that y'all got to deal with this man.
Yeah.
I hate it. I am so sorry I got to deal with this.
I don't know, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we have for politics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Keep it cute.
Something like.
We kept it cute.
For the most part.
But now we got some shit, right?
Ooh.
I'm going to go from least to most.
Okay.
So, hold on. Let me go back to my list, right? You want to talk about that?
Oh, your girl from the Bronx?
Yeah. Wait.
From the Bronx?
Was that your New York? The Bronx?
From the Bronx?
Is that what we sound?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not from the Bronx, so
that's how J.Lo sounds.
So sis thinks that J.Lo is annoying as hell. That's what I wrote. I said J.Lo was annoying.
Listen, so she's got a little movie out. She got dropped a little movie out. This Is Me Now.
Yeah.
Whatever, which I heard was weird.
I heard it was good. I'm not watching it though, but
I've heard it was weird. Anyway, so yes, so there was like a documentary on the behind the scenes of like that whole thing or whatever. And Amazon Prime posted like a video on their TikTok, and literally because she's like in the clip and she's like in a room, she take her hat off and her hair's all wild.
Yeah.
And she's like, this reminds me of like what I was like as a kid in the Bronx. And then like it seems like all of Bronx like made a TikTok account this week and has been airing out their grievances, because when I tell you I can't escape everyone being pissed about her, because the thing right now is that Jennifer Lopez likes to use her, like, that's her main identity. I'm from the Bronx, I'm Puerto Rican. That's it. And then you have these people here who live in the Bronx who say she's not about the city. She never donates. She's mean as hell when she comes here. We don't want her here.
Yeah, I heard she's not a really nice person. I've heard that. I've heard that she's like very like, don't touch me type of vibe. I get that.
Listen,
I actually kind of get that vibe from her.
J.Lo is out of touch.
Oh, for sure.
She's unrelatable. She hasn't been as relevant as she has been in previous years.
That's what, like, you saw she was on, like, she had this whole tour, and now she's canceling dates because
she was overshooting her shot. Like, this isn't back when you dropped that album and the movie at the same time and you was number one. And like, that's not this time, girl.
Yeah.
You have not found a way to convert your audience to still care about you enough to want to invest in you as a performer.
And we're still mad about the way you did A-Rod.
Oh, I don't know nothing about that.
I mean, I don't know. You was with the man for 5 years and then you just up and like break off the engagement and go back to your ex-man.
That's her thing. All she do is jump from man to man. That ain't nothing new.
Damn.
That's not the issue here.
Damn.
The issue here is that you're not irrelevant enough for people to want
I feel that.
To be invested in your whatever it is that you're doing. And all of the Bronx.
She ain't learned from that failed TikTok challenge when she really thought people was gonna be taking off their clothes on the beach.
She's not relatable.
I mean, and girl, and thought she was eating down. Thought she ate down. Everybody was
Jennifer, listen, and I loved a couple of her songs. Like,
for sure. For sure. I wanted
know.
that pink jumpsuit. I did.
If you had my love and night, all of it, loved it.
Oh yeah.
Early
J.Lo.
Play, come on. I got some of the songs on my phone or whatever, but you're not relatable, Jennifer.
We let it slide that you cosplay a white woman all the time.
All the time.
I mean.
And how many times can you be a bride, bitch? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because at this point, this is that's a documentary now. Every time she do a rom-com, that's a real life thing.
Damn.
Because how many times you going to be married, girl? Like.
Yeah, I heard she kind of like went in like about her sex life with Ben Affleck.
She did?
Yeah, they said it was kind of like,
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah. I don't want to hear. I mean, I think Ben Affleck's hot, but like, I don't
Yeah.
want to. You don't think Ben Affleck's hot?
I'm still judging you from when you said that Eminem was fine.
Oh, he was back in the day. Not now. I don't know what's going on with now, but like, he was attractive. He's attractive. He's not like the worst looking white man in the world. He's not a, Conan O'Brien or anything like that. But,
He could never.
Yeah, no, he could.
And thank God.
No, he could never.
No, and thank God.
So.
Because Conan's my man.
And you know what? I don't think anybody is fighting you for him. But yeah, we wanted to touch on that because I mentioned J.Lo and sis was like, get her the fuck out of here. And I was like, wait.
She's not relatable. And I just feel like she's not in touch with what's going on, girl. Yeah. Like, you're not, we don't know nothing about you. Except you from the Bronx.
Right. And you've been married.
You've been married
3 times.
And you Puerto Rican. Somebody be like, what's J.Lo's favorite color? I have no idea.
And we don't, yeah. Damn.
What part of the Bronx are you from? What block?
From the block. Jenny from the block.
What's the name of the block?
We don't know.
Exactly.
We don't know.
We don't know nothing about you.
I don't.
You know who we also don't know nothing about, but we still love her?
Who?
Beyonce. We don't know shit about Beyonce. What's Beyonce's favorite color?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Damn.
We don't know nothing about.
We know she likes whales. Remember that one episode, that one interview where they was high? Yeah, I said it.
We don't know nothing. You're right. We don't know nothing about Beyonce.
Damn, we really don't. And we know she's married. She got 3 beautiful kids.
Yeah, we know about that. The same way we know about Jennifer. But for some reason, it does not transfer with Jennifer. Jennifer.
Damn.
Anyway, that's all. I'm done.
That's okay.
The Bronx.
Sorry. So I guess somebody else that is somewhat problematic is Amanda Seales. So
that's not funny.
So she is very upset that she has not been. Where is the thing? That she has not been invited to any of the black media outlets, the BET Awards, NAACP Awards, all the stuff like that. The NAACP Image Awards were like last Saturday, and yeah, she just really felt a way about it that she's not recognized within black entertainment. So I just want to play this clip.
If it wasn't for y'all, I would really think that I ain't doing shit. Because the industry I'm in does not recognize me. And to be clear, I'm speaking about the black spaces in the industry I'm in. Because y'all know I don't give 2 damns about any of these other spaces. But the black spaces is what I'm referring to. Which is largely in part why I realized like I need to shift out of this industry. Like I don't get invited to Essence Women in Hollywood. I've never been invited to the NAACP Image Awards. I've been nominated for an Image Award. Never been invited to the NAACP Image Awards. Never been honored at Black Girls Rock. Like I've hosted these events. You know what I'm saying? I literally hosted the BET Awards in 2020 in my house, and I was not invited to the BET Awards since. So I just want to thank y'all for always reminding me that I really am valuable because the game and the industry that I've been in has never let me know.
So I saved the video twice because it's 2 different takes.
Oh.
And I thought it was really really
Wait, she come back and said some more stuff?
No. There's just like people have been retweeting it and I'm noticing the difference in responses.
Okay, well let's see some of these responses. You got some.
So this one said Amanda Seales complaining that Black Hollywood doesn't F with her after years of burning bridges and ruining her chance to properly conclude her last big role because she was beefing with the black cast is the on-brand lack of self-awareness that I expect from her. Hashtag NAACP Image Awards.
Oh my God.
Somebody else says she prides herself on being a brand of authentic that does not typically work out well for people. There's a balancing act that you have to do that she's not good at. It's created a lot of enemies. I personally know at least 20 people who outright do not like her.
Damn.
Hold on. I think I retweeted something else.
There's one more. There's more? Of course.
I've just been like kind of looking at the different responses and somebody literally says I can personally attest to how problematic she is, including platforming a known anti-black, anti-racism champion even when presented with proof of the harm that person has done to black women. This person uses black woman's IP as if it's her own. There's so much here, none good.
Oh,
Somebody called her that Charlemagne the Fraud's homegirl.
damn.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
mm-hmm.
Amanda Seales is a polarizing figure.
Mm-hmm.
She has big personality, big opinions. And I kind of understand her grievance, but I kind of don't.
Yeah.
Because she has been in the industry for a while.
She
I get
has.
it. She should be invited to these events.
Yeah, I agree.
However, has she done work that is great enough or even worthy of such to be honored at these events? I've seen the stand-up special.
I didn't. I don't understand why people call her a comedian. I've never got that. I've never seen her be funny, ever.
I think she should switch to either, you know what I think, so before we started recording, we were, me and Sherelle, we go over the topics or whatever, and Sherelle was saying like, she needs to play the game basically, and it's like, because she has such strong opinions on politics, she needs to transition to that side of the entertainment, okay?
Correct.
Because you can't, because like even her, like she's been very vocal about Gaza and Palestine and whatnot. I'm almost certain that has definitely affected her relationships with people in order to get roles and stuff even now, right? Because why else would she be sitting in the house saying, I don't think, I be forgetting I be thinking, y'all have to remind me that I be doing shit because I feel like I'm not. So when you're so outspoken and vocal for the people, unfortunately, you do end up becoming a martyr.
Exactly.
So if that is the case, then you need to, and also if you feel like you're not being recognized in that industry, you should leave anyway. And I think maybe she's missing out by staying in an industry where she's not really welcomed, and she could easily transition to talking about politics or whatever or whatnot. You can still have those connections with the people that you have in entertainment or whatever, but it seems like your bread and butter would be on the other side.
For sure.
That's what I think.
I agree, because even I know she had a stint as host of The Real.
Oh yeah,
at a time, and like that didn't last because, and this is why I say like you have to play the game. Mm-hmm. This is why I say you have to play the game. Like you can have your opinions, don't get it twisted. You're open, free speech. You can have your opinions. However, if you're trying to eat as a black woman, like you just have to. I hate that I'm about to say this.
That's real.
But I think we all know as black women, like. Sometimes you have to just kind of, you got to tread softly, or you got to pick the waters that you want to tread on. Mm-hmm. Like, sitting on that show, The Talk, which was a very diverse set of women, like, just being the one that was very, like, rah-rah on everything is like, okay, like, this is not, and sometimes, like, that gets ratings. No. Mm-hmm. That's going to draw people away. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I definitely understand what she's saying. I definitely feel what you're saying. Like, being like, I never got honored at Black Girls Rock. Why would you be honored at Black Girls Rock? You get what I mean? Like,
but on that same token, if she transitioned, she would most certainly be. Yeah. Because she would be absolutely excellent at that type of work.
Correct. Because it's like you sitting here like you're being vocal about Palestine. Are you doing anything to help the people of Palestine? You're talking about, she's very, very vocal about, the social injustices that have happened. Like, but are you there? Like, what are you doing? Like, did you go to Louisville to be with Breonna Taylor's family? Were you in Ferguson with Mike Brown? What are you doing besides just sitting behind the camera and just talking about it? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't know, but I do think that she should be invited. I don't want to like no.
Yeah, no, she should definitely be invited.
I don't get why you're not. I think especially for BET to have her.
Scoot back over.
I'm sorry,
you losing you out the shot. Yeah.
My bad. Like for BET to have the balls to ask her to host something in her house. Yeah. And then, okay, thank you for your time, and then never invite her back again.
That's crazy.
That is wild to me. So I do think that there, you know, unless she did something to piss somebody off that bad, I think that's a little messy. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think she would be excellent. I think Amanda should just switch, just transition to that, because you would be excellent at that.
But here's my thing. I think she would be excellent, but where?
She would literally have to, the platform that she has. She would have to start there, because there's no way she would
Right.
be able to be integrated into anyone else's
Exactly.
platform. But she already has a little small doses podcast. She can integrate it there. She can start there. It's not that she doesn't have the access or even the audience, because I mean, obviously we're talking about her right now. So
Yeah.
it's not like she can't get that out there.
Yeah.
But I think she's putting eggs in a basket where the basket is unraveling.
Yeah.
You got a nice, strong, sturdy basket over here, girl.
Facts.
Use that basket.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought it was interesting.
What we got next?
Do you wanna talk about this and then that? I'm gonna cancel this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Sierra pointed something out to me. Because of the rant that I went through on TikTok, we got a lot of men that have followed us
on TikTok. It's really uncomfortable.
Welcome. And maybe you might want to head out, because we're about to get on y'all asses. Because y'all are weird. And unfortunately, because of that, people lost their lives. Hold on one second. Let me just pull up this story.
It was a set of twins.
Yep.
And was it the Bronx?
The Park Slope, so it was Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Two twin beautiful girls were attacked because they denied the advances of a man, a drunk man, and it's really, really sad. So, Sanaya Spain and her sister Samaya. Okay, wait. Sanaya and Samaya. Okay. Were attacked around 2:20 a.m. Last week while at a store on 4th Avenue in Brooklyn. According to residents, the incident took place after the suspect was rejected while trying to hit on the twin sisters. Okay. So apparently the grandfather said he walked in and just started hitting on one of them. He started kicking on the door. He started banging on the door. And I don't know if if anybody called the police, but at the time, the store owner should have called. And when the girls left the store, that's when the man attacked them. Samaya was stabbed in the neck and chest before she was rushed to New York Presbyterian Brooklyn Methodist Hospital, where she was later pronounced dead. Sanaya was stabbed in the arm and was listed in stable condition in the hospital. There's been no arrest made, but, there's an ongoing investigation. I agree with the grandfather. They should have called the police. So those two girls should never have been able to leave the store.
For real.
Never should have been able to leave the store. And it's interesting because when you go to, some of the boroughs, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, whatever, you go to a lot of these bodegas, there's like glass protected around the cash registers and things like that or whatever. Yep. Sometimes the doors be locked because you just don't know who's coming in there, right?
Yep.
But I say what we were saying earlier about to attack men is like stories like this. Don't ever tell me that men aren't weird. I don't care if he was drunk or not. Unfortunately, this story is one of thousands of women being brutally attacked for
rejecting men.
I don't care if he was drunk or not. How many times have you been like, a man has tried to hit on you, whatever, and you're just not feeling it, and all of a sudden it gets derogatory?
I have a story I can bring up right now.
Like, it's crazy.
Yes.
Like, 1 minute you trying to get at me, next minute, like, you ugly anyway, bitch.
That's crazy to me.
You were just trying to beg 10 minutes ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's interesting when like I've had conversations with different men. It's like, well, y'all gotta stop being so damn friendly. We're friendly because we want to live.
Hello.
We're friendly because we want to live. As much as we want to tell you to get out of our face, we don't want to get stabbed in the neck and the chest because we're telling you no. We don't want to be called an ugly dumpling because we don't want your number. We don't want to be attacked going our way to our car because we sat at the bar and talked to you You know, and then when you ask for a number, it's like, thanks, but no thanks. And now you're mad. Men are weird.
Yes. Absolutely. And
Men are weird.
And those girls were like teenagers, right?
Yeah, it does not say how old they were. It just says a New York teenager.
Probably too young to be dealing with that old ass man anyway. And he felt, and this is my other issue with that, is that men feeling entitled to women in some way or another, which is how we end up with situations like this. Because why do you felt like you was owed some type of
right
response to that because they didn't want to interact with you?
Yeah.
Women don't owe you anything. They don't owe you their time. They don't owe you their phone number. They don't owe you their Instagram or Snapchat, they TikTok. Women don't owe you anything. You do not own women. Even when you are married to a woman, you do not own her.
Hello.
Autonomy is real. And when we have situations like this is what I'm saying. Okay.
Go ahead.
This
This
frustrates me so much because it's like all of this shit is a circle, okay? So we're talking about women losing the rights to have an abortion, which again that falls right into the hands of a majority of men thinking that they own women's bodies, that women need to. It's your job as a woman to populate this earth, and it's not your job as a man to be a better person, better people to make women want to have sex with you in the first place.
Thank you.
You have to be a better person. The world literally cannot go on this way. What country is that where those Asian women are fucked? It's called the 4B movement. They are literally not fucking. They're not fucking so much that their population is down bad. They're not having kids. They're not doing it because the patriarchal men in that country have abused those women, used those women so much that they are refusing.
Right.
They are literally refusing. And this is what I'm saying. You cannot force yourself on women. You end up killing them or whatnot. And then what? Now what? You still ain't got no bitches. Now you about to go to jail. You about to go to jail and you bitchless.
And you really gonna be bitchless in jail.
Okay, you might end up being the bitch in jail.
It's not co-ed. It's not co-ed behind bars.
And it's just all so crazy and it's frustrating to me when I'm hearing stuff like this. And I'm just thinking about like what we going through in the world, and it's like what is going like this. Why is this still an issue?
Yeah.
And why haven't we as a community figured out how to combat this yet? And why do we still have to have these conversations with men? And why aren't men talking to each other for real?
Oh my gosh.
Because this is the same, and this I'm explaining it this way. Imagine as a black person talking to a white person who hates black people and trying to explain humanity to them.
Right.
It's the same way as a woman trying to explain to a man womanly bodily autonomy to a man who doesn't understand it. You need to hear it from another man.
Correct.
And that's where I'm at with that.
Correct.
And that's why I'm frustrated, because I'm like, y'all need to talk to your mans. You need to talk to your uncles. And I know you love your uncles and all that shit, but your uncles probably have some really fucked up ways of thinking about women as well too. Your uncles, your pawpaws, your grandfather, your father, all of them. You need to talk to them.
Cousins, brothers, it's ridiculous.
Because the only way men understand for women to have full bodily autonomy is when it's related to them.
Right.
Oh, this is my sister. You know, if something happens to my sister, I'm gonna fuck her up. Stop. Any woman in your presence, whether you find her attractive or not,
right,
you should be standing up for her if another dude is acting very crazy. And the thing is that you're not.
Right.
And that's the problem.
We've seen many cases like these, like these two women. I mean, I've seen issues like I've been on spring break, you see shit like that and it's like, yo, I can only count on one hand the amount of times I've seen a man step in.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And be like, hey, yo, dude, I don't know what you got going on, but you need to leave it alone.
I've never seen it.
I can count on one hand the amount of time. I'm not going to call anybody in because I know these two brothers very, very well. I'm not going to call them out like that, but salute to y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we really shouldn't be having issues like this anymore. This is craziness.
And I hate that these young girls have to deal with this shit.
Yeah.
Men, y'all need to talk to each other.
Right. Your boys that be out here being hella rapey, go. And if you're not going to talk, and here's my thing. If you're not going to talk to them, get the fuck away from them. Okay? Y'all really be putting these bromances and these friendships on a fucking pedestal that y'all don't need to be on. Because when they go down, please know that you're going to go down with them.
I'm telling you.
Point blank, period. If you do not have the balls to to know that your man's is on some shit, and you're allowing it to do it, first of all, you're not really a friend.
You're an accomplice.
At all. You're an accomplice. And you need to get, it's not that deep. It's not that serious. Your man's is not that much of your man's that you're so, that's my bro right there. But you know he be on some nonsense.
But your bro is rapey. Now what?
Right.
Are you rapey as well? Because that's what I'm to assume, like birds of a feather flock together. So you rapey too. Or you at least condone it. You condone it.
Listen, y'all gotta be real careful about what you support and stuff like that.
Your silence is still loud.
Loud as hell. It's okay. Club speakers. Because it doesn't make sense. And then when something does happen, it's like, oh man, like, you know, I always knew he was a little something.
Why you ain't say nothing?
So you knew something and you could have did something about it.
Your man's was rapey this whole time and you said nothing?
Your man's is beating his wife and you not doing nothing about it?
You not doing nothing? You come over, you can see the concealer all over her. I like, come on.
The way he's talking to her and you just like, oh, you know, that's just the way they get along. Nah.
No, that's not normal.
Absolutely not.
That's not normal.
No.
Why y'all think Snapped is a show?
Look. You know what?
I don't have time.
Speaking of taking up for people that you know is doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm sure you guys by now have heard at least about this new bombshell documentary that just released talking about behind the scenes of Nickelodeon. Okay. More so
90s Nickelodeon.
90s Nickelodeon. We're talking Dan Schneider, like the manager of Good Burger, if you do not know who that is. And if you haven't seen Good Burger.
He plays the manager?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I haven't seen it in so long.
He played the manager of Good Burger.
Yes.
And it was...
So Dan Schneider was lead writer on All That, Drake and Josh, Kenan and Kel, The Amanda Show. What else am I missing?
Zoe 101.
Zoe 101.
iCarly.
Just to name a few. Quiet on the Set is a 4-part documentary that is about some of the atrocious acts that were happening not only on camera, but behind the camera as well.
Yeah.
They talk about how, like, they were using weird props and tools and things like that to mimic very sexually explicit things.
Yeah, a lot of sexual innuendos.
Thank you.
Lots
of sexual innuendos. There were 4 pedophiles that we know of that were arrested from the crew.
Right.
On All That just in itself, I believe. Mm-hmm. Was it all in the Amanda Bynes Show? I'm sorry.
The Amanda Show and all that. Mm-hmm.
Yes, 4 people that we know of. And there's a spoiler alert. There's a big surprise drop because in 2000, I think this was in 2003 when that case happened,
something like that, yeah.
Or 2008. The actor at the time was a minor, so the case was sealed and shut. And this actor remained a Jane Doe until this show came out.
Girl.
And that actor is Drake Bell. Drake Bell was brutally sexually assaulted by a castmate who made several appearances on All That, on The Amanda Show, on all of that stuff.
Yeah.
On top of that, on top of the black children in the cast getting very weird, playing like drug dealers or
getting licked by dogs,
like very just inappropriate things.
Being ignored.
And it was just a very eye-opening documentary, especially for me because I didn't watch any other channel as a child. Nickelodeon was my channel. I didn't like Cartoon Network. And
I didn't either. Oh my
God. I don't know. It felt very low. Like, ooh, child, a white refrigerator. You know.
Me and Sierra really would have been friends when we were little because it's like
I did not like.
It didn't resonate with me.
Me neither. It didn't hit for me.
Yeah.
And we didn't have access to Disney. You know. But it really hurt me because a lot of these shows I love, like All That. I stopped whatever I was doing to watch that show.
Yo, I literally was telling my mom while I was driving over here, and I was telling her about it, and I was like, the fact that, like, all that was a moment. It was like, oh, Saturday night, like, it's time to watch all that.
Yeah,
like,
listen.
you got to see a little childhood crush, you know what I'm saying? Kel, Josh,
Yes.
like, child, that was a thing.
It was a thing. And to think that, like, something that I was so excited and hyped for, and even up until, like, recently, I had such fond memories of.
Yeah.
And now, unfortunately, we're learning that, you know, a lot of the children on those sets were, like, dealing with some wild shit. Like, we look at Amanda Bynes, like,
Girl.
Amanda Bynes got a heart tattoo on her face right now. Like, she doesn't even look like herself. They asked her to be, they asked her to be a part of this.
She said no.
She said no, and she was literally, she said, I think she said she was like she didn't have any words because she was like so triggered from the entire experience of, everything that she went through. Like, she like had a bad week that week. Like,
Jesus Christ.
so there's been obviously a lot of talk online about this and, about parents. Ooh, parents and, putting your children in Hollywood. And Dan Schneider, which, by the way, the Hollywood Reporter, so the last 2 episodes premiered would be yesterday. And today, the Hollywood Reporter had an interview that they literally put out today with Dan Schneider and one of the former castmates of iCarly, which was a black man. I don't know his name. And that was a sham, if you ask me.
A huge sham. I cannot believe. First of all, I was so annoyed that it was a black man that was doing this.
Me too.
The fact that he name dropping people.
Yep.
So I just hope that nothing, comes out of that, because this man. First of all, I don't understand why you're getting your friends to interview you, but I digress.
That's the real piece.
Okay, I don't care what nobody. I don't care what nobody say. Like, and I think especially now in today's world, like, you see how that can be very misleading, because you're just asking like real forward thinking questions, type situation. Is you're not really getting to the nitty gritty of things. It was really like the whole Drake Bell bomb drop.
That was shocking.
Like, everybody failed that kid. Everybody failed that kid except for 2 people. And that was his father.
Yep.
And his girlfriend's mother.
Yep.
Shout outs to them. I think what I really got out of this whole documentary is the importance of parents actually being parents.
Woo!
Because there were certain clips that these child stars, now grown ass adults, are saying like, parents were asked to leave the room. Parents were asked to, not be on set. And there were a few parents that was like, or what?
Yeah.
I'm going to stay right here. You're not, I'm not going to leave my child alone with y'all. Like, I don't care. And unfortunately, some of those kids, the consequences were you're no longer on the show because your mom is too loud.
Yep.
Your mom is doing too much.
Sorry.
But I found it to be extremely peaceful like that. Like, it's like, no, like, be a parent.
Yeah.
I really don't think any of that could really happen today, because these parents is like, oh, my kid can do whatever they want. I don't know.
I think it could absolutely. Think of all, and because I bring this up all the time, where I say keep your children off the internet.
Girl.
That's why I think it could happen. Think of all the people who are willingly putting their little children, especially their daughters specifically, on the internet, showing them in the bathtub. You got 1 million likes on that photo. That's not all people who love. Some of them people are putting your child's photo on the black web. There are grown ass men beating off to your baby daughter in the tub right now.
Oh my gosh. So spoiler alert from this. The young lady who
got the email.
Okay.
I've got things to say about that. Go
ahead.
No, you go first. Scoot back over, girl.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I
can't miss up my shots and shit.
I'm sorry. So when the mom said that when the mom said that the little girl had the man's email, or the man had his email, I literally paused and was like, why? Why don't you have his email?
Okay.
Until I went to college, I still had to have my mom call my best friend's mom just to find out if it was okay for me to come over. I don't play that shit. That's me being at 17. Now this little girl was 11. And this grown man, first of all, your daughter was an extra on the show. She wasn't even
nope.
She wasn't a star. She was just an extra, which is great. That's wonderful. She has that opportunity. And this producer took such a liking to your daughter.
He wasn't even a producer. He was an assistant producer.
Oh, that's right.
A PA, rather. Like,
a PA. Oh, let me give you my email. Let's exchange emails.
But you know what blew me was that when he first emailed her and she showed him and she was like, oh, that's cool. What do you mean that's cool?
No, that's weird. That's weird.
And then come to find out, we about to spoil this shit. Come to find out, this man on the set had like underwear from other younger girls.
7 years old.
And like plastic bags with their names on it. That's
Trophies.
That's how the FBI was able to figure out who he had dealt with. Because he had all of his evidence he wrote down. He said he had urges of like wanting to have sexual activities with younger girls. And he was like even thinking about resorting to rape.
He literally said that.
He literally said that.
He admitted that his urges were getting too much. He admitted to being in a room with a 9-year-old whose parent allowed it, playing video games with this young girl, and they kissed at 9. And the second time they kissed, he tried to put his tongue in her mouth, and she kind of was like, "Wait a minute, like, what?"
It's a hard documentary to watch, and I'm so disappointed in Nickelodeon. And like when I say I'm really hurt by that, because my mom can tell you, like, I begged her to get me I had the Nickelodeon magazine.
Same.
You know, like I loved that channel. That channel meant so much to my childhood.
Same.
And to think that some of the programming that I loved the Amanda Show. I loved all that.
Listen, Amanda Bynes. I think me and my sister talk about this all the time. There's certain things that are like cultural resets. And Amanda Bynes, first of all, I love the fact that they showed how it was unfortunately cost somebody else their career.
Yeah.
Katrina Johnson.
Yes.
But I love how they showed her beginning. It was like she literally was a natural.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
She was just a funny ass kid. So to see that and to see what Amanda Bynes is today.
It is so sad.
It is really sad, and it really made, like, this documentary really made me think about a lot of other child stars that have gone down a really dark path. I'm not talking about Mary-Kate and Ashley. I'm not even talking about Raven-Symoné. Okay? But the Amanda Bynes of the world, the Britney Spears of the world, Britney Spears and that was music. So I can just imagine.
You listen to the audiobook,
Girl. So it really does, as somebody who eventually wants to have children, I don't know if I would be able to let my kid be in
correct
Hollywood or just like the industry. I don't know.
I wouldn't.
And honestly, like, when I really, like, not even just with this documentary, there's so many other things. Like, remember that show Dance Moms?
Yes.
I'm always very uncomfortable by, like, just seeing kids with a bunch of makeup and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I did cotillions growing up, but never to, like, the status of JonBenet Ramsey, okay? You know what I'm saying? But it was always very triggering to me to see these little girls and, like, these, like, looking like little women.
Yeah.
Literally. And then, God forbid, something happens to them, then it's like, well, where were their parents? No. I just really think there needs to be, instead of the government banning TikTok.
Ooh.
Okay?
Ooh.
You really need to take a look at some of these top executives. You need to really take a serious look at what's going on within these networks, these corporations, because the stuff that is going on, look at what's going on with Boeing, with these planes, all this shit like that. It's dark, it's heavy, and it's nasty, and I just don't like it.
I think there's a lot of people who run, like, in Hollywood who are into some really wicked stuff. Like, and you know what this, like, frustrates me about this is, like, sex can be fun.
Yeah.
But Hollywood turns it into this deviant thing.
Yeah.
And that ruins people's lives, my G.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like the way everything has turned real sexual lately. Like,
Yeah.
I think I was talking to my dad or Simone. I can't remember who I was talking to. I might have been talking to you. Everything is so sexual now. Like, I saw there was a picture going around of this new game.
Yeah.
Somebody like, oh, for your next game night, and it's literally talking about like take a shot or masturbate in front of your friends. Like
what?
Yeah, when I find it, I'm gonna show you. Like, why is everything so sexual now? And it's like somebody was like, can we not just play spades, little dominoes, Connect Four, Taboo? What is going on? But my thing is, this is a card game. This is a game that somebody had to manufacture. Why is certain things like this allowed? So, like with this documentary with Dan Schneider, like the one thing that he did say in that the Hollywood Reporter situation, like he was like, I didn't really have any control about who was hired and things like that. So in my mind, there's other people that knew what was going on and did absolutely nothing about it. So to Sis's point about what we were just talking about with, you know, getting your mans together, when that's when Drake Bell's abuser was in court to be sentenced. First of all, he only got 16 months.
Which is crazy. And then got hired by Disney to do The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
I know Disney is over there shaking in their boots.
Literally went from one child network to another.
Drake Bell walked into that courtroom to hear his abuser's sentencing, and he said the room on the abuser's side was packed with supporters, and like a lot of times people will write letters of support to the judge.
Character witnesses. Yeah.
They'll write letters to the judge to kind of sway them to maybe give a little more lenient sentence. And some of the names,
I'm looking at you, James Martin specifically, and Ryder Strong.
Oh, bitch!
When I told Sis, you need to watch it. I said, when you get to episode 4, you're going to be sick, okay? Because she loved James Marsden.
I love James. I love him. That man is so fine. I adore that man so much.
Sick.
And I'm like, why would you?
Sick.
And then some people, now I will say, they didn't say what he put in his letter. They just said he wrote a letter. But some of the others that were like, he had to have been tempted to do something like this.
This is that shit I'm talking about.
Drake Bell was a child.
What do you mean a child tempted you? No, that's a sick, his abuser's a sick motherfucker. He needs help or jail.
If a 14-year-old can sway a grown-ass man into having sexual feelings toward him, that is not the child's fault. That is something wrong up here.
And the thing is like, Drake Bell's father was gaslit through that entire situation.
Girl.
And the abuser, and we talk about abusing, like, the abuser did so well of isolating Drake Bell from his father and anybody else.
And his mama.
But also his mama, I'm kind of blaming her because his father was going and doing all the driving and being his manager and whatnot. His mother was like, I don't want to do that. And if you're going to say, and the abuser made it seem like, well, you know, your father's trying to take all your money, you know, yada, yada, yada. And so, you know, the abuser became like his manager kind of. And it was like, he could not get away from him.
And the father was like, from the beginning.
Clocked it.
He said from the beginning, Drake Bell even said, my father saw that a mile away. Like, I think within maybe like the first 5 minutes of his father talking, it was like, yeah, he did all this, but there's this one time.
Yeah.
He did something. He said it was something like he was touching him and just doing like this. He was like,
Yeah, like helping him put on his shirt. He's like, yo, he don't need help putting shirt on.
Right, he's 13 years old. He know how to get dressed. Thank you.
And this is what I'm saying, like, that somebody had to know that there were 4 pedophiles on the crew. Somebody had to know. This is a hot ass mess.
There's a lot of parents who really they want to live
vicariously through their children.
And I mean, there's certain things that are just not, the parents' fault. But I think that, like, to your point, like Drake's mom, like, girl, especially because the father told her, okay, that's fine. you make sure that that man goes nowhere near my son, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine. You want me to manager, but I need you to do one. It's all he asked her to do.
And she didn't do that because she didn't want to drive.
And the one woman that saw that something was going on was Drake's then girlfriend's mom. The girlfriend's mom was like, and it kind of brought me back to like when I was growing up and like when I had like my group of friends or whatever. Everybody's mom was involved.
Yep.
If you did something, your mama was gonna find out about it.
Oh, for sure.
So shout out to that girl. Was like, come here real quick.
Like, no 40-something-year-old man should be calling my house looking for a 17-year-old.
Yeah, what's going on?
This many times. What's going on?
I mean, repeatedly. I don't know. I really do like. Did you watch the Surviving R. Kelly?
Yes, I did.
I couldn't.
I watched the first. They did 2 releases. I watched the first release. They had like 4 or 5 parts.
I couldn't watch it.
It was disgusting.
But from like there were certain clips that I did see like on social media, and I'm like, where were these girls' moms? And I think that's like sometimes there's just this stigma that is not talked about how parents do push their kids.
Oh yes.
Into the limelight of a very dangerous world, like you know, like I said, like the dance moms and all that stuff like that. Like when you know good and damn well what it's doing to your child.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
It's sad.
It really is sad. It's a hard watch.
It is a hard watch. But I think it's an important watch.
How did you feel about Katrina Johnson's story when they told her that she was getting too fat?
That's relatable.
I was really.
I've always been plus size for the most part.
But having somebody tell you that, I mean, family.
Family, yeah.
Let's not
family,
get into,
yeah. You know,
it's not getting to family, but you know.
You know, people at school, sure.
Jesus.
Now it's being somebody call me fat. I'm like, okay, I'm glad you got that off your chest, but you still broke. So you know what I'm saying. So it's like,
and you're ugly.
You know, but she didn't really, you know. Luckily for her, she didn't get, I don't think, as much of it as anyone else did.
No.
You know.
No.
Which could have, because she was really cute as a little girl. She
was adorable.
She was an adorable little girl. So I think it kind of worked out in her favor that she was kind of kicked to the side. And also, I want to say shout out to racism. Because sometimes...
Okay. I was just about to say that.
You know what I'm saying?
I was just about to say that.
And we can wrap up on this, but sometimes y'all hating niggas really works out for us.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh, you don't want me here? All right, I'm out of here.
That's cool.
Not a problem.
That's cool.
Because there was one... We're going to let you watch it. There was one All That cast member who got fired because his mom was doing a lot of this.
Yes. Oh, he's fine now, too.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he grew up nice.
I said, I don't hate it.
All right.
I don't hate it.
You know what I'm saying? And he in therapy. You know, he healing.
Listen.
I love that for him.
What's up?
But his mom was like, yeah, and they fired him.
Yep.
And literally the next day, she was like, while we were hurt, and I think it, you know, unfortunately it caused some tension between him and his mom. But she was like, but the one thing I'm not going to apologize for is saving my son.
For real.
From that bullshit that happened when we left.
Yep.
Because after we left.
And we haven't spoiled everything for you. There's way more.
Much.
There's way more.
It's too much.
It's called Quiet on Set. It's on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Ciao.
Oh my God. That is it, y'all.
If you know your mans is out here dating little girls.
Listen. Tell them stop it. Anyway, that's
Call
it.
the cops.
Call the cops. For real, for real. That's it for this week. Oh, go ahead.
Grown woman too.
Oh, yeah.
The Dreyas of the world. Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
I can't believe people are... Okay. We don't got time. This is an hour and 30 minutes now.
Okay, sorry. We're done. We're done.
We got any reviews?
Let me check.
Do we have any reviews?
I'm going to check. Oh, my God.
I lost my phone somewhere. I dropped it. It fell. Oh, here it is. We don't got nothing.
Wait,
huh?
I didn't...
Nothing?
I'm just going to look.
Nothing, huh?
Wait, I'm trying to... Wait, I gotta...
You gotta go to the show.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Nothing?
But somebody wrote something the other day.
Well, where did they write it at?
I don't know. I'm going to see.
Anyway, y'all didn't do any reviews.
Damn. No, somebody did.
Y'all suck.
Wait.
2 thumbs way down.
Somebody, I know, I saw
Anyway,
something.
please be sure to follow us on all of our social media. We're on Twitter at Headwrappod.
Oh, this is not really a review, but she was agreeing with you about the song that you were like.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever that song. What was that song?
It's Holla at a Player by Jim Crow. I didn't know. I saw that. I didn't know they was playing that over in the West Coast. Good to know. Yeah. Anyway, follow us on all of our social media. We're on Twitter at Headwrappod. We're on Instagram at Headwraps and Lipsticks. Check out our Facebook page, Headwraps and Lipsticks, the podcast. Go to our website, www.headwrapsandlipsticks.com, where we have crew necks and t-shirts that are for sale but not on sale. Our Cash App is also on Headwrappod. We checked it.
We did check
We
it.
checked it. We checked it.
We actually did.
We did. And remember, you can find us on a whole bunch of streaming platforms. Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. If you had left a review and 5 stars, we would have read on the air, but you didn't do that, did you? You didn't do that. You didn't do it. So we're not reading any reviews because you haven't done that yet. Still, 7 episodes into the season. Very nasty work. 2 thumbs down. I don't have enough thumbs for the thumbs downs that you deserve. Okay, I'm done.
I was gonna read this little joke.
Yeah, you go ahead and read your little joke or whatever.
Oh!
To these people who haven't even left us a review. Wow.
Oh my God.
Damn. Look at you. You giving them free shit like that? That's nasty. Go ahead, read your joke.
You know, y'all make this very difficult for me every week. Now y'all starting to make me mad, alright? Because I'm getting gaslit. Because y'all not doing the goddamn work.
I'm just saying, go ahead, read your joke.
Who? How do fish get high?
How? Seaweed. Terrible. Yes.
Woo!
We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Bye. Tragic.
That was a good one.